In this tutorial, we're going to discuss how to organize the images you've already captured and how to add keywords or tag them so you can search for them later. Now in this case, I've already removed the SD card from my camera and downloaded the folder to my desktop. Here you see the folder's name is DCIM, which is a generic name applied by the camera at the time the images were captured. It doesn't really tell us anything about what's on the inside other than the fact that it contains digital images. Let's go ahead and rename that. In this case, these images were all captured in a little town up in Canada called Trochu, so we're going to call it Trochu. Right-click on the folder, select Rename, and enter the new name. Click on the screen anywhere else one more time, and now you've changed the name to this folder to something that tells you what's inside. If you need to know how many images are in here, just right-click on the folder, go to Properties, and here you see we have 56 files, and in this case they're all image files. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of the folder. Immediately we're presented with the thumbnail view. That may be different on your computer. You can change the way this looks by right-clicking at any point on the white screen. Go to View, at which time you'll see this sidebar. Over here you have several options. I like large icons, so that's where we're going to stay. But one thing you might want to take a look at is this detail selection right here. When you select that, you'll lose the thumbnail view, but you're given a couple of different options up here. What I like here is that you can add or remove these titles. So go over to Name, right-click, and you can see that you can add or take away these different tabs. In this case, I really don't care about the size of the image, so we'll deselect that one. But one thing I do like to have on here is Project, and I've already added this previously. Let's go back to our thumbnail view. We'll go to View, select Large Icons, and here's our images. Now you'll notice that many of these images are laying on their side, or they're the improper orientation. Let's go ahead and fix that right now. Select on the very first image in the range that you need to correct, and in this case they're all consistent, there's no breaks. So we can press and hold the Shift key and select the last image, and now we've highlighted all of those images. Right-click on any image, and in this case they need to be rotated in a clockwise direction, so we'll select Rotate Clockwise. Let's go ahead and check the rest of our images. Here we see we have a few more. Now in this case, we do have one image right in the middle of these that does not need to be corrected, so we're going to have to select these files individually. Press and hold the Control key, and now we can select our images independently. Right-click on any image, and in this case we need to rotate those images in a counterclockwise direction. Now we're ready to begin tagging our images or adding keywords so we can search these images later. The easiest way to do it from this screen is to go up to the Organize tab, select All, and once we've highlighted all those, we can go down to the very bottom of the screen and click on Show More Details. At this point, it's easy to come in here and add the information you want. First thing I like to do is let people know who took this image or captured this image. So I'm going to put in my name. Now you'll notice almost immediately I'm presented with several options. That's because I tag my photos the same way all the time and the computer has remembered me. So I'm going to select Randy Anglin. Something else we can do at this time is go ahead and add a title. Now we already named the folder Trochu, but I've been to Trochu a couple of times now. So in this case, we want to title this Trochu 2011. Now I also know that all these images were captured on day 2. So in the comments section, this would be a good place to add that information. Let's go ahead and hit Save. And now when we select any image, we'll see in the box down below that this image was captured by Randy Anglin on October 14th of 2011. The title of this particular set is Trochu 2011, and it was on day 2. Now we can go through and start selecting these images individually and adding the tags as appropriate. In this case, we have several images of a dog. I'm going to select the very first image, press and hold the Shift key, select the last image, and now I can go down here to where it says add a tag and type in dog. I'm going to also add canine. Hit save. Now something else we notice here is that some of the images with the dog, there is a canine handler present. And if I ever want to search all of my images for a canine handler, I need to tag those up front. So in this case, I'm going to go and select only the images that have a handler in it. I'm going to select the very first image, image 1925, press and hold the Control key. Now I will select only those images that have a canine handler. Go down to your tags, add canine handler. Now if I knew this person's name, I could go ahead and add their name. That way when I search the hard drive with all my images, every image of Joe Smith would come up whenever I typed in his name. In this case, I don't know who that is. We'll hit save. And let's go ahead and add keywords for those images that contain a police car. I'm going to select the first image, press and hold the Control key, and select each image that has a police car. Add a tag. In this case, we'll type in police car, and we'll add a second tag or keyword, RCMP car. Now if you want to add more information, more than you're seeing here, you can just right click on any of these images, go to Properties, select the Details tab, and now you have everything available to you right here. I really don't do too much with the ratings. The author, I wish I could change that to say photographer, but in this case that's what I have to work with. Okay, this looks good. Let's go ahead and get out of this screen. Now in the future, if I need to find a picture of an RCMP car, all I need to do is come down to my search button, there's Start button, and go to the Search Program and Files field right here, and we'll add RCMP. And in this case, you see immediately I was presented with 11 files. In this case, they're all image files. If you'd like to see the thumbnail, just select See More Results. And then you can go here and select any of those images by double clicking on it, and there you go. So again, if we want to search the hard drive, or at least our computer, we'll go to Start, go to Search Program and Files, and in this case we're going to search for dog. Now I have several documents that contain the word dog, but we're only looking for image files. Again, we can go to the See More Results and see the thumbnails. I keep all of my images on an external hard drive, and I keep my working images on my desktop also, so I have several sets of them. If I'm going to search my external hard drive, I go to Start, down here where it says Search Program and Files, you can actually specify where you want to search that at. Okay, so this concludes the tutorial on organizing and adding keywords to your images. As you can see here, when you have just a few images, in this case 56, adding keywords makes it convenient. But when you have an external hard drive that has tens of thousands of images, it's really necessary to tag those photos and organize them if you expect to find them again in the future. So I hope this helps, and this concludes this tutorial.